This is the origin story of Child of God and how the logo was developed over 27 years ago, back in 1998. My brother Pete was living between Washington, D.C. and Jamaica. God encouraged Pete to design a special logo that would mean a lot to a lot of people, and that's the COG logo. So what you'll notice is you got the C, you got the O, and you got the G, Child of God. But what a lot of people fail to notice is that there's more to this logo than just the COG. There's actually a face. You see the eye and the nose and the face right there. There's also a clock. You have two hands of the clock. You have the long hand and the short hand. Now, don't ask me what 6:15 is. I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me find a scripture that's, maybe John 6:15. I don't know which one it might be.
Hey, y'all. Those of you that know me know that I love a good challenge. And Dre just challenged me to figure out or find a scripture that goes with 6:15. You've seen the scripture Genesis 6:15 along the bottom of the video. There are quite a few scriptures that correlate with 6:15 as well as the COG logo. However, I went down a little rabbit hole and I found out in Hebrew, 6:15 is asir. And asir means those who are bound, prisoner, or those who are captive. So what you're about to hear Dre talk about in just a minute just lets me know that God had his hand on Peter. God was telling Peter, God was in this design as Peter was designing it. Peter did not do this on his own. God is in this design. This is God's logo. And I'm so thankful for this logo. And I hope that you guys pay attention to what I just said and what Andre is about to tell you in regards to this logo that he told his brother. Well, I'll let him tell you.
But then about 2 months before Pete died, I called him up and I said, hey, I noticed something about the logo and I'm wondering if you actually did that on purpose. And he didn't understand what I was talking about. So I asked him, I said, do you remember the poem, Footprints in the Sand? And if you know the poem, at the beginning, there's two sets of footprints going. And the man that was talking to God was like, I see two sets of footprints. And God said, yeah, that's when I was walking beside you. But then he looked back at another time and he saw there was only one set of footprints. And he said, why did you leave me? Why did you abandon me? And you might remember what God said. God's answer was, that's not when I left you. That's when I was carrying you. And so I showed it to Pete and I said, did you mean to create it where the G was carrying the C, where God was carrying his child? And he began to weep because that's when he realized for sure that God had given him a special seal, a special logo that when people look at it, they see more than what it is. They see the depth of what it is. And so we just want to encourage you. As my brother Ash Stevens always says, he says, this is a visual antidote. And everywhere you go, somebody's going to see it and somebody's going to be encouraged and remember that they're a child of God.
Beyond Outside the Box, where this Black in business flaunts God and Black owned businesses.